yeah, other than that, been keeping up with stuff. I will say, I will briefly run through really quick what I watched over the course of the past few
Yeah, I know
days.
you've been really enjoying a certain
Right?
another horror
Yeah,
store related piece
yeah.
of news, but
So obviously, like, I've been going through all of Umamusume. Well, no, recently, like, obviously, it's like I went through Sin Gray, and I'm
uh-huh.
still working through season 3 of Pretty Derby. But
Yeah.
I completely forgot that they released Umamusume Beginning of a New Era. I don't know why I didn't watch it when it came out last year, but I didn't. Um, Probably just, went under my radar whenever the hell it got posted to like streaming and shit. But
Mm.
yeah, so I went through this, and I just wanted to briefly run through this because this is a fucking absolute 10 out of 10 movie. I was
Mhm.
talking to Near about this, like, the directing in this movie is unhinged at times. Like,
What do you mean?
Tachyon's
Yeah, that?
Tachyon's race is literally like when she beat, spoiler
You
alert, she
saw her
beats
ult? That
Jungle
was
Pocket.
crazy.
Dude, that entire sequence and subsequently after her race that I'm talking about is literally directed, shot, like the music direction is like a fucking horror movie. Like, it is shot,
What?
yes, it is like all of the directing is like a horror movie, like a suspense thriller in a way. Like,
What?
it
Wait,
is.
who's the director slash storyboarder? Who's going as
So
who's?
the
Do you know?
director, the only director listed for regular director, like base director, um, is Ken Yamamoto, and I don't know what he's full directed other than this movie. He's done like animation director for FGO, Pre-Kone, like a bunch of side game stuff. Oh, okay. So he
So
also
he just
directed a
seems like
Pokemon movie.
so it seems like pretty standard though. Yeah, right. It's
Yakusoku.
like
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't have any other, from what I'm seeing,
it's not like
shit that's like
he's also directing like
insane.
Hikanatsu or like mid summertime rendering or
Near,
whatever
check
stuff
out
like
this
that,
clip.
like
Isn't
whack
it
stuff.
cool?
Yeah, and so like this staff did insane work.
You say that
Like,
like I haven't watched this movie, Toast. Like,
So it's pretty
yeah,
cool,
like
right there?
yes.
all of this movie's gorgeous. And like I said, like, there's so many interesting things to really, consider with this movie. Like I said, like, that directing was crazy. There's a directing moment where um they get into like, what do you call it? Almost like a, what's it called? Not what am I thinking of? Like imposter syndrome, like, type shit with Jungle Pocket. And after a win, it's like shot as almost like or directed as and with the sound and everything is almost like a, like a dreamlike montage type thing. And then later they reuse like the same scene and twist it, like sequence of scenes, and twist it to like show her imposter syndrome, basically, of winning this race, and not feeling
Mhm.
like she even earned it, or that it was enough. But yeah, like, there's so many just insane parts of this movie, and I can't recommend it enough. I think it's one of the best. It's one of the best looking animated movies I've seen in a decent amount of
Is
time.
this done by
This
Cygames
is Cygames
Pictures,
Pictures
like
again.
in
Yes,
house?
this is Cygames
Yeah.
Pictures
Yeah.
This is
dabbing
like
on everyone
this
again. Like,
feels like yeah, it's like because we kept talking about this with even before I think being braver, right? Even before that, we were talking about how obviously like it's obvious to everyone initially, like let's first say that Cygames Pictures is and a lot of other bigger conglomerate companies too, right, are trying to create their own in-house studios. But obviously, Cygames has been kind of in the front of the pack, right, in terms of really trying to branch out, really trying to create their in-house stuff, utilizing it for their own kind of in-game trailers, stuff like that, right, and then eventually branching off into anime. But it's very fascinating to me to see them take advance this in-house studio this quickly. You know what I mean? Like this Braver was one thing, but then also kind of pumping out that sort of consistent
Yeah,
quality
pumping out like an
like
Uma
that is very
Musume
surprising.
movie of this quality with this many people like on it, like they spared no expense with this. It's
Yeah, 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 yeah.
genuinely like insane what they did.
Mhm.
And yeah, like Spire, like if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen the scenes, let's see if we can find it. I don't know if that's the one Toast linked or not. But yeah, like Tachyon's like quote unquote alt moment, and then subsequently the fall like after that race is insane the way it's shot. Like not to give away too much,
Near,
like
you like Tachyon, right?
there is like a blood
Yes,
red,
yeah.
it's like a blood red what would you call it, like lighting to all the scenes of what happens after and everything. And yeah, it's literally shot like, and just the sound design too is absurd. Like the music is great and everything, and like the score is incredible. um but the actual like just the production of just the way all the sound is mixed and everything, like the cheering of the crowds, um positional audio, like everything is just insanely good in this film.
This almost looks like a like scene from something like Kisniver or like something that Trigger would do with like some of their more like darker scenes or something like that. Honestly, it's like pretty wild.
Yeah, it's
It's like
insane. And it really reinforces again to me that like Umamusume is genuinely one of the just best like cheesy sport, like corny sports series like media out there. Like we can talk about like shonen series, and obviously they do like the power up like shonen type shit like quite a lot and everything. I
mhm.
think the way the plot points and everything and the storytelling that Umamusume's had throughout at this point, and especially this movie of like an athlete's journey has been like second to none. And the way that this movie handles it with its directing is just
I think
incredible the way it
also
elevates it.
I yeah I think also what's important is that um like Cygame, I'm sorry for kind of repeating this, but it's like CygamesPictures really came to fucking play. Where it's like, especially with something like this, where it's very 2D idol adjacent, right? At the end of the day, they could have just been like, even with
The
the
funny
movie,
thing
right? They could have
is,
just put in
the funny
3D
thing is,
scenes, 3D CGI of them running, like the
much
models of
like
them just like running at that boom.
well, that's kind of like what the first seasons of Pretty Derby were. And it's like
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah, yeah,
Derby
yeah.
obviously also
They kind of
had all of the like concert scenes and everything. And as we saw
yeah,
with
yeah,
Sin Gray, and now with this movie does not feature a concert.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They kind
Like
of moved
there is
away from the
no
idol
winning
stuff a lot.
concert. They like talk
Mhm.
about that there's winning concerts and performances, but they're just like, nah, forget that shit. Like whatever, who cares? Like that's basically an
It's kind
excuse
of
for their
similar to
character design at this point,
yeah,
more
I think
so than it
they
is
also kind
like
of took that. Yeah, they kind of took that lesson also from the kind of recent trend with not with like Love Live, but I think with Idolmaster because the most recent Idolmaster movie, which was Mukugawa, what is it to the other side of the rainbow or something like that. I forgot what the exact name was, but the Idolmaster, right? That was like a much more like kind of I want to say gray, serious, like training camp kind of focused movie plus um a lot of the recent spin-offs, right? For instance, the one with what was the one with Wally's? Was it U-149, right? I still
yeah,
Cinderella goes
that
U-149.
yeah, it's
That
like
was
their
like way less
performances
focused
are like kind
on
of
yeah,
taking a
from
backseat. And it's like yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
honestly, like I can handle like, just put that shit in the game, put that shit out and it's like its own little like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
OVAs or something. It's like
Hmm.
when you're sitting in this movie, it's like, yeah, no, this is just a pure sports like athlete's journey movie. Like full
Hmm.
on.
I think they took that
And
lesson
it's
from that
incredible.
and then just kind of yeah, 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 yeah. For sure. For sure. Okay.
Just
But
saying
yeah,
though,
I
Agnes Tachyon probably the best one star in the game. She's only one star. She's
yeah.
definitely carried me through a lot, and she's super easy to build.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
this
glad you
does.
really enjoy that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally I can't recommend this enough. I can't recommend this enough to people who like honestly like even if you were someone who doesn't know anything about Umamusume, doesn't care, even someone who's like not even really into anime, but could like appreciate an animated film, like
Right, right, right,
this
right, right.
this film is insane with what it does.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just really, really good vibes too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe
But
one
yeah.
day we'll also get the flashback Uma Musume I really want, where it's all like the old trainers, in like the fucking 70s attire. Like we keep seeing with all the old trainers and their flashbacks, and it's like, damn man, I really want to get an Uma Musume like vintage series where like it's all like old Japanese culture, like old Japanese pop culture shit, like
Yeah.
70s, 80s stuff. And like the trainers with the slick back hair caps and like shitty glasses.
Well, I forget. There are like these like rash of movies in at least like the West coming out where like they're doing like Formula One racing, for instance, for like themes and stuff like that. Maybe
Yeah,
they'll ride
I
that
want
wave.
that
And
for Uma Musume. Like
yeah,
that would
yeah,
be
yeah,
so
yeah.
sick.
Oh my God. All right. Well, thank you very much, Stark, for helping to cover this. And again, I would also, against just the recent kind of like Umamusume stuff that's come out, especially the ones backed by CygamesPictures. I think they've shown both through the quality of the animations general and just how the story flow is. They've really learned some interesting, good lessons from their involvement with stuff like Master Cinderella Girls and so on. And, it is interesting that both obviously Musume, which is already popular, are getting some pretty good anime adaptations, which doesn't usually happen that much with mobile games. But also that CygamesPictures is really, as I said, coming to fucking play. They are going hard in the paint, and they are just like I I shouldn't honestly be praising in-house studios and like all this consolidation, but the work that these people at least are doing in the studio is quite good. So, props to them.
Was it worth waiting 4 years for Uma Musume? Or was it? Or do you want to count 2018 as like the first POV? Was 6 years for Uma
Uh
Musume? Was it worth it?
For the game, no. for
yeah,
for
not
the
for the game,
series
yeah,
as a
for sure.
whole, and I will say this as a closing thing too, like the blow up
Mm.
that it's had in the West does make me very happy. As much as I don't really
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
care for the game myself and stuff, like the fact that they were able to take off this much with like a pretty simple like deck builder type gotcha, and now it's probably going to get like a bunch of random people who otherwise would have had no knowledge of this series, like maybe watching the show and realizing like, oh wait, the anime has just been like some of the best sports media out there, like plain and simple. Like that really does make me very happy.